Hey, did you miss me? Huh? Okay, we back. We are so back. I've been around the world a few laps since the last time we spoke. My bad for that.
Yo, what is good, guys? It's been a hot, spicy minute. Let me check the time. Hold on, wait. Okay, it's been like 6 months since my last upload, man. Oh, dude. Man. Let me tell you. Actually, I'll get to that later. Right now, I want to talk about something that is the biggest announcement of the year for me, and it happened earlier today at the time of this recording at like I don't even know, bro. Like 4:30 p.m. like Eastern time, and Xenoverse 3 got confirmed, bro. Xenoverse 3 got confirmed. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 is confirmed. It's real. It's not a bit. We don't have to cope anymore, guys. It's real. All the haters have said it wasn't real. Project 1000 is fake. Where you at now? Where you at now? Where you at now? You feel me? Anyways. anyways, the purpose of this video is going to be like a breakdown of sorts, you know? I'm kind of inspired by New Rock Stars and Canadian Lad with what they do for like other things that are like Marvel and DC and a bunch of other media. This, for me, I'm going to be doing that for this Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 trailer, man. It's going to be really exciting because there's some things that I didn't see at first, and I noticed things after rewatching the trailer a few times. And I even slowed it down to like 0.35 times speed. So, anyways, there's there's a decent amount of stuff in here, man. Let's get to it. I'm so excited. Man. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah. There it is, Age 1000, man. That's what they originally announced this project to be as at first. You can see already that there's a Capsule Corp tower, there's a West City Bank, and it goes down to drop to street level, and you see the Capsule Corp tower sign. You see a WCU sign, and at the top of that, it says West City, and of course, it says University at the bottom. So basically, West City University, they have a whole college campus in this hub world that we're going to be in. And you can see a penguin with the word penguin and the number 3 at the bottom on the far right side in like a pink hologram. That, I believe, is a reference to the Penguin Village from OG Dragon Ball, where Goku like helped out a village. Where Goku helped out Penguin Village in one of the episodes in OG Dragon Ball. If you know, you know. Definitely should give that show a watch if you haven't already. And then you see the Ozaru form, the Great Ape form. That is, of course, if you don't know already, that is the form that Saiyans take when they have their tail still attached to their booty and they look at the moon or something that resembles a moon, and then they transform into a great ape. They usually don't have control of it, but a lot of the times, like, battle experienced Saiyans do have control of their great ape forms, like Bardock in the manga, and Vegeta, of course. That was his first fight with Goku. Our first experience with him. They threw hands. Vegeta transformed into a great ape, started washing Goku. Goku got some help, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, so yeah, that's cool. And then you can also see in the lower middle of this image up here, there's a dinosaur, like the head of a dinosaur, just from the upper jaw and the rest of the skull there. That is also a cameo and a reference to the dinosaurs that are just like the big T-Rex looking dinosaurs in the Dragon Ball universe. Like you see them in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. You see them in the show sometimes, Dragon Ball Z anime. You see them there. I think it even makes an appearance in Dragon Ball Super. They're mostly extinct, but it's still cool to see that in this city. Like they've packed some references, they packed some Easter eggs. So it's pretty cool. And it's very futuristic with how the flooring is. Everything looks like it's in a futuristic city, a futuristic setting, high tech, advanced, even more so than Dragon Ball normally is. So that's cool. And then we get a look of this new character, and you can see already right there on his ear, like there's a hologram of like an ear radio device that pops up. That's a reference to the Xenoverse characters' animations for when they hit the pause button, you know? When you're in the lobby, like the main hub of, let's say, Kanton City, you press options to like customize something or go into a certain setting. That will pop up and it'll give you like a hologram visor, and you'll also have a hologram tablet to like basically see your character, giving that impression that it's following along with your inputs in the pause menu. So that's a dead giveaway to Xenoverse fans that are like, hardcore, like we're in this stuff, baby. And then you hear the classic Xenoverse 2, attention all time patrollers. And then it swaps to this new character who seems to be a character we may interact with, or at least it's part of the world building that Toriyama made with this game. Because Toriyama was heavily involved in like the world building, the settings, the characters, pretty much had a huge helping hand in making this world for Xenoverse 3 and a lot of the characters. So we get some nice, cool music, we get a nice shot of this other character that seems to be part of the story. And if you look at the character's clothing, it really, really is very reminiscent of Tien Shinhan's gi. Like his colors, his gi, maybe they're like trying to show that this character, like he's an earthling, the best earthling school for training in martial arts would be Tien Shinhan's school, because in the Dragon Ball Super anime, he actually opens up a school. Then you see him running past these two characters, and I assume they're his friends, and he's kind of got to bail, like a Spider-Man situation, like, oh man, sorry, got to go handle some business. Also, the sign in the back right beside the character's face that says Fry Pan, that to me, I don't know if it's an exact reference, but it looks like the Ox King's helmet that he wears, because he has a helmet that has those two exact horns stick out on the side. So, who knows? But yeah, these two characters look kind of not too happy with this new character bailing, or what I assume to be bailing on their plans or something. And then there's this character, this guy who's rocking a Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho, or maybe somebody from JoJo's Bizarre. I haven't seen that anime, but it looks pretty outlandish of a hairstyle that seems to fit that anime. This guy, if you look behind him, I didn't notice this at first, but if you look behind him, you can see that he has a Saiyan tail. And to me, that is basically confirming, without confirming, that they are going to be giving us what we've been asking for Xenoverse 2 for our custom characters that are Saiyans, which is to have a animated tail. Like, let us choose a tail. Let us have a tail in the character creation. Like, they have other tails that are animated. So many tails. Even the Frieza race has an animated tail. That's part of their like thing. That's part of their biology. And it's the same thing for Saiyans. Like, not everybody wants to have a Saiyan that has their tail already cut off. The best we got was like an accessory that wasn't animated. It was so stiff and looked weird. When you compare it to like Super Saiyan 4 tails, and now now we got Daima tails, and like even some of the outfits for Bardock and Vegeta and Nappa and Raditz, the Saiyans, the OG Saiyans, even they have like tails wrapped around their waist, and that's cool. You can have their gear, but we want that animated stuff. So anyways, this is huge for Xenoverse 2 fans. And it's probably huge if you just wanted to make your own Saiyan and you haven't played the Xenoverse games yet. And maybe this is going to be your first one. I hope I'm right. And it looks like it. I mean, there's no reason for them to include this and not have animated tails for custom characters in the game, right? Like, come on. Also, the background kind of looks like a Kmart style shop. or something of that nature, you know, like in Japanese cultures and Korean cultures, they have these little like shops that look like that. It's a little convenience store almost, you know, just to get some snacks and whatnot. So that's cool. I like that little detail in the city here. It seems to be like a world lived in. That's really cool. Then we get this demon character who is the singer or is a popular singer, well-known singer in this universe. So that's cool. She has pointy ears, and if you watch Daima, you know. That seems to be the trend, the consistent trait that demons have is pointy ears, but not all of them have pointy ears. Not all pointy-eared creatures are demons, is what they said in the anime of Daima. But you know, who knows? Who knows? Maybe this is even like hinting at more races being playable, but who knows? Anyways, now we get this screen. This character sounds a lot like Bulma, but who knows if Bulma would have purple hair again? Because I think in the manga, she did have purple hair. And then in the anime, she had blue hair. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, so my guess is this is a relative of Bulma. Because this is age 1000. And they said that in Dragon Ball, the series takes place around the age of 700. I'm not sure what age Xenoverse 2 takes place in. Because, I mean, you're kind of time traveling all the time. But yeah, so this is another important detail that they included in this trailer. Because we have the character we just seen with the Tien Shinhan inspired gi. And his name is revealed by Gamma 1 later on in a few moments. But also we have two more characters. One character is someone who the community is calling John 1000 because, you know, John Doe is given to somebody who you have no idea of identifying. You don't know their name, so you just call them John Doe. And then 1000, of course, Project 1000, John 1000. So that's where that comes from. John 1000 is there. This Tien Shinhan gi inspired character is there. Gamma 1 is there. And we have another female character actually on the far right side who has orange hair, blue eyes, and I'm assuming that these people are all in direct communication with this Bulma type character for time patrolling or something, protecting the city, handling incidents, obviously, because she does mention there's an incident.
Another incident in New City. That's your cue to head out and take care of it.
And then right here, you see this other new character open up his like his hologram pad or something like that, whatever it's called, this technology, and he's sorting through his menus, and you see he's got all these icons for clothing. Like he's got an icon for something for his hat, you know, eyes, there's accessories, there's even a food icon, which is crazy. And this is further cementing the fact that it's Xenoverse 3. And we already know this by now, but I'm just, you know, this is me breaking down the trailer. So it's really cool. And you see that this is a suit of some sort. And as we go on, you see him transforming into this suit. So it's almost like Tony Stark's nanotech suit. It just appears on him. So we get a nice cool suit up scene. And then right here, you see this GS logo. That's going to be a repeat. That's also showing they're affiliated with the same team. So yeah, and also that Bulma type character, we did get a glimpse of the GS logo or G5 logo, whatever that is. I think it's G5 actually. When she was speaking, that's also in the background. So that also further tells the viewer that, hey, they're on the same team. Now back to the suit up scene, which is pretty cool. You see that they have some Saiyan armor inspired boots, you know, the kind of that Vegeta wears towards the end of like, he wears that style in Dragon Ball Super Broly, I believe. Then we got this cool G5 logo. Then we have the Capsule Corp logo on the belt. And then we get the visor. Now, this whole outfit looks a lot like Great Saiyaman 3, 4. I believe the character is called Beat from the Super Dragon Ball Heroes game. He also has a suit that is a Great Saiyaman suit. And I guess they want to keep the whole superhero thing going because Great Saiyaman was like the first superhero in the Dragon Ball Z anime, I believe. I could be wrong. Maybe there's a filler character or something like that, but like obviously the green and red, I mean, come on. Come on. Like there's a visor. If you put a helmet over this guy, he's going to look like Great Saiyaman. Like, come on. So that's really cool. And then we get a nice big shot of the city that really shows how big this city could be once we finally get our hands on it. Like once we actually get to see the real in-game hub. If it's like this, that's crazy. And then we get a nice shot of the character leaping off the building and flying off into the sky. Now we see this same character from earlier bailing on. She sees something flying in the sky, and we have no clue if they know who that guy is. I assume not, but that's also a crappy disguise because, dude, we can see the 3 scars on her cheek. But I'm assuming they don't know who that person is, and it's just like a time patroller disguise. Or a superhero disguise, who knows? Because they love putting superheroes in Dragon Ball. Now, this portion of the trailer is something I believe to be the taste of the in-game graphics, rather than just being like cutscene only. It looks different than what we were just shown. Then, John 1000 pops in,
Hey, partner.
and I want you guys to notice something.
Just up ahead. Careful though, I might just steal the spotlight myself. Now, here comes the hero.
Did you catch it? If not, let me explain. So when John 1000 comes into the scene, all he's doing for the entire scene that he's in, he's only doing gestures. Like he'll nod his head, he'll move his mouth, but he won't speak. This is pretty important because this also reinforces that he is the main character. He is supposed to be the placeholder for our CAC, for our custom characters. If you remember, in Xenoverse 1 and 2, our characters never speak. Like they only speak when they're doing techniques. And if we're talking like story stuff, they don't have any dialogue really. Like they'll grunt or something like that, but that's about it. I think they're going to continue with that trend in the Xenoverse 3, paying all the different voice actors. There's like 8 or 9 voices for both genders. Paying all those people to do lines and whatnot in their own voices. I mean, that could be a lot of money. I'm not saying they're broke or something, but maybe they don't want to do that. Also, something else that's really important about this scene is the fact that there's 2 people here, like about to go on a mission or something, because they're both here to meet up and handle an incident that was mentioned in the earlier moments of the trailer when that lady in the chair was talking to them about an incident. Now they're seemingly heading out or attacking that thing, whatever is causing the incident. And initially, I thought this would be hinting at a co-op story mode instead of a single player. But then I thought about the detail that I just mentioned to you about John 1000 not speaking while the other guy does. So maybe it's just the fact that we're going to actually have a time patroller team. And that's going to be really cool. That's going to be really cool either way. I mean, I'm down for a co-op story, but we also would probably have parallel quests, I assume. And that's kind of a co-op story. I mean, there's an ongoing story within the missions. They have their own little mini subplots. So that's something to think about. What do you guys think? Would we have a team of time patrollers that are like NPCs, and then you got your custom character who is the main character that you play as? Or do you think it'll be like a co-op situation? This other nice detail, in my opinion, is right after John 1000 and the other guy fly away, you can see palm trees, but if you look closely, they're holograms. They're not actual palm trees like we've seen in Kantan City. So that just gives more of the futuristic vibe that they're kind of going for in this game. So that's cool. That's cool. Nice. You can also see some clothing, I think, in the background on display. I'm not 100% sure. And now we get the much anticipated Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 logo. The official confirmation. We have been waiting for this for 10 years, man. Maybe not 10 years, maybe like 8 years, because I think we kind of wanted to rock with Xenoverse 2 for a bit and then get on with it. But at least since 2019, I've been waiting for Xenoverse 3. Like that's what I got. But the trailer's not done here. It continues with someone opening their eyes. And if you look closely, you'll see palm trees right above the house that this character is sleeping in, and a nice starlit sky. And now here we get a decent look at the character's room, and you'll see all kinds of like digital archives and physical books, all kinds of stuff that this character has been reading, studying, who knows what it's for. And on the left side on the wall and in the far back wall, you'll make out like POVs of the city. And I assume these are just surveillance cameras keeping an eye on the city to make sure no evildoer is going to be doing anything bad. You also see this weird, like, cushioned thing in the back. I don't know what it is. It has a nice cushioned interior. I assume it could be something for recovering from missions. Something like a Bacta tank from Star Wars. Something. It's used in the Frieza saga, and it's on Frieza's spaceship. It's what Goku and Vegeta both use to recover, while the others fight and try to fend off the Frieza Force as well as Frieza himself. Not sure what it's called. I forget what it's called. If you know what it's called, let me know. Unless I just like edit in what it's called. But yeah, then we continue here and you'll see this little robot device is doing something with some sort of storage, I assume. Not entirely sure. There's a bunch of stuff on the work desk, and you can see that big machine or device or whatever is attached by a wire to this tiny little control module of sorts. Not sure what that could be, but this guy's room is very messy, cluttered with so much stuff. I assume it's all related to Time Patrol stuff because there was a Time Patrol Academy of sorts in Kanton City from Xenoverse 2. So maybe they're like expanding on that. Not sure. Anyways, this little robot guy is able to control the holographic windows. Getting all cyberpunk here. Cyberpunk 2077. Smart frames is what it's called in Cyberpunk 2077. So maybe that's what we have here. And this is also hinting at us having our own customizable like room or apartment or something like that. Somewhere to like kind of relax and chill, because we've never really had that in the Xenoverse series. We kind of just chill in the open hub world that they give us, and that's that. Here, it seems like we have a place of our own, which is also really cool. And it seems like the palm trees that this character woke up to on the ceiling were just an image displayed by technology and not actually real, because here, the robot turns that stuff off and opens up the window and kind of creates a little gust of wind that kind of sucks him out. So that's cool. And you can see control panels on the window just before he gets sucked out. So that's probably for like controlling the setting of the smart frames, as I'm going to call them. Not entirely sure, but this character was sleeping from, I assume, a mission. Don't know what time of day this is. It could be early morning. It could be the afternoon. I think it's early morning. And you kind of get another nice shot of the scope of the city. It's big. It's beautiful. There's signage all around. It seems lived in. There's like futuristic flying car tunnels that you can use to like almost like a highway. And we've seen this kind of stuff in the Dragon Ball universe before, but this is more futuristic. It's almost like a slipstream tunnel. And then we get this other Bulma looking character crashing in right into our little home, right into John 1000's face, kind of knocking him out a little bit, at least knocking him down, making a mess. And then she has this weird necklace, like this futuristic necklace around her, and we're not sure what that does. It could be related to her little flying moped. It could be like a user link to that to make sure it doesn't get robbed, and you can just kind of, I don't know, a neural link maybe. I don't know how futuristic they're going, but it seems like they're kind of trying to push that initiative right there. But anyways, if you look at John 1000's shirt, you'll see that the Capsule Corp logo is on the chest. And it's glowing red. It's blinking red, actually. And then in this next shot, right there, when he's sitting down and she's holding the robot, it's glowing blue. So to me, that tells me that even the clothing is high tech. And it could be linked to his mind condition or his body condition. like maybe there's danger, so it blinks red. And then when it's safe or his nerves are calm, it's just glowing blue. Also, there is lettering on the bike that this Bulma looking character wrote in on. And it says AF4029. Not sure what that means. I don't know if it correlates with a franchise or a fan series or a special date of a Dragon Ball release. I have no clue. After this, we get the official wish list now, the official release date for the year, not the actual day of the release, but just the year. And then, you know, your whole shebang. And that's going to be it for this breakdown. This trailer probably broke the internet. I literally I had happy tears, man. Like I started to tear up. It was so cool, man. Dude, like them opening with that game, like that was the first trailer for the game section of Battle Hour that they released. And that was like one of the best decisions they've made with Battle Hour. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of me pointing out some details and Easter eggs that I personally noticed. If you noticed anything more than I did, please comment it down below. And I was planning on coming back to YouTube actually within the next 2 months, but then this trailer dropped and I was like, oh my God, I have to make a video. I have to, man. I gotta do a breakdown on the trailer or something. I just gotta be involved. So shout out to Bandai, shout out to Dimps, shout out to Toei, shout out to Toriyama for creating another universe for us to live in before he passed away. Thank you, Toriyama. Rest in peace, man. Also, you're probably wondering where the hell I've been. Or maybe you're new and you have no idea that I haven't uploaded in 6 months. Yeah, I didn't forget about that in the beginning of the video. So, backpedaling to that, what's been happening in those 6 months? Well, I'll keep it short and simple for now. I have been dedicating my free time to working on becoming a successful voice actor. This is something I'd like to make my career. It is a passion of mine. It's really fun. I enjoy it. It's challenging when you get roles or when you see roles that are out of your comfort zone or think you wouldn't normally be able to fit in. So pretty much that's what I've been doing. I am casted in a few projects, several. I can't really say what they are on here. I can talk about one, however, that is a usually monthly stream of us playing Roblox while in character based on the characters from Love and Deep Space. I play as Raphael. You're more than welcome to check that out sometime if you're interested in that or you just want to support me. That'd be awesome, man. Or you don't have to do anything. You could just go about your day and, you never hear my voice again. Perfectly fine too. Whatever makes you happy, man. That's perfectly fine. But I will probably plug the channel. You can catch us on Elise Moonsinger's YouTube channel once a month, usually, unless something happens. That's where that stream takes place. It's called Love and Deep Space Roblox or something like that. I'll probably link it down below, like I just said. But yeah, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. And thank you for watching this video or just supporting it however long you've watched. Just thank you, man. Cheers to Xenoverse 3. It's going to be a day one thing for me. If I can participate in any sort of closed beta, I will do it. I did it in Xenoverse 2. That's a day one pre-order, bro. I'm there. I'm there, man. I'm so hyped, man. Yeah. Have a good day or night, depending on when you're watching this. Thank you. Peace out.